Livzenastrology. My name is Ella Ivy, and I'm here on day 9 for a 10-day gap run that we've been on since October 21st. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for joining the channel. I wanted to express just first of all my gratitude for you guys being here. I'm so grateful that we are all here together, hanging out, riding these wave spells together. It's been a very interesting journey, learning, myself included, learning about these cycles and learning how these cycles, manifest and are brought through. And even just knowing about the wave spell in general, it's just such a cool expression to even know that the Mayans did these things, right? That they gave us these images, these spells, these mandalas of words, if you will, on how to work with these energies. So I'm really excited that we're here together exploring these energies together. And if you've never studied or even heard of the Mayan calendar system or the wave spell or what that's about, there's a really great app that I work with called the 1320 Sync. And you can get that on any of the Play stores. And that's where I've learned a lot of my Mayan astrology, and where I still continue to go deeper with the process, with the symbology, with the spells themselves. It's just an interesting, again, part of the fractal. Sorry, guys, I'm sharing this to my Facebook page. So again, I'm moderating as I'm also presenting. So thank you for your patience. And I will be getting more of this out, again, when I get moderators. But so let's get into the system. I know the last time we did the video, the screen share stopped, so you couldn't really see what I was talking about. So let's see if we can see what I'm talking about here with the screen share and sharing the wave spell itself. So let me get into it. Let me go ahead and screen share, start broadcast, and see if you guys can see what I'm talking about per the Mayans and what they're saying. All right, so here we are. So here is I can see myself now. Now I can see yourselves. Okay, so this is today's energy. We are on the white planetary wizard energy. And this, if you highlight that, those two solid lines above the little face there, it looks like it's very zen and peaceful. That is the white planetary wizard energy. That is one of the seals that we're under. And those two straight lines represent 10 each, right? So there's 20. That's the number 20. It's the 20th seal. And the planetary energy is perfect, produce, and manifestation. So the planetary energy of power is to perfect. And the energy for the wizard is timelessness. The action that's being asked to be produced through us is produce, right? So actually to produce something. And then the action is to enchant. So we produce what we're producing to enchant people, right? To bring them into our field, to tell a new story, right? It's what a wizard does. It invokes, it spell casts, it creates new realities. That's what we are all wizards and witches, right? In that way. And witches is just which craft do you work with? Which energy, which field of energy do you work with? That's witchcraft, right? It's never what we thought. And then the last aspect of this is manifestation. The essence is receptivity. So this is very much being a yin, which we're right now in the sun with Scorpio. So it is a very yin embodiment. It's going inward. It's doing the deep, deep dive, because Scorpio is all about the what's underneath, what's hidden, what's in the unconscious or inner conscious realms, as Jose Silva would like to say. One of my teachers who I learned the Silva method from said that his mythology, or his vision or viewpoint of the unconscious, is that it's not unconscious. It's actually very conscious. It's just inside of us. So he calls it inner consciousness. We just haven't revealed it yet, that it's inside of us. So it's not like we don't know it, we just haven't accessed it yet. So this is what a lot of the Mayans were talking about, is like we have these unaccessed points of energy within us that get activated during certain seasons, during certain cycles. And we're in a particular cycle corresponding also to the Western astrology cycle, which I follow as well. And right now the moon, which is our mastery, which is also the days the elements that the moon is in are the days we want to really work with those elements. So the moon today, as of October 29th, the moon is in Libra. So we want to air bend today, right? So air is the mind. It's working with breath. It's working with mind. And so this is really interesting too, again, a correspondence with the energy of today, the mantra, the mudra to work with. The mudras are hands, but the mantra through the words is I perfect in order to enchant, producing receptivity. And again, receptivity is bringing it in, right? So it's going into a very yin perspective, which is very much water. Water and earth are yin energies. I seal the output of timelessness. Like I think of a seal, like when you put a seal on an envelope, right? That you're sealing it in, you're containing the energy. And what you're containing is the output of timelessness. So we're going into no time, right? We're going into the realms of time where time doesn't exist. Remember, we've been in the 1260 cycle where time equals money, but now we're going into the 1320, which is more harmonic, which is more sequential of the energy, which is time equals art, right? So learning to step into these timeless spaces to get out of these constructs. And the construct of time equals money keeps you in this cycle, keeps you in this loop, keeps you in this job mentality, or Job in the Bible, right? Hardship. We don't need that anymore. That was an old construct. That was an old creation that's falling away. And for 2012, when the Mayan calendar system said, hey, look, you're transcending time. There is no more time the way you guys knew it. They're showing us how to get out of and how to unfold from these spells, this planetary dream spell that has been casted onto this reality, creating specific conditions on this planet. And those conditions are alchemizing, they're changing right now, as we are moving through these currents of energy and navigating through our own compass. And our own inner compass is our ability to have compassion for ourselves and others as we are all traversing these uncharted territories, right? So this is a time to really stay in your heart and to be compassionate. And that's your compass, right? The compass is your compassion, primarily for yourself, as we are all exploring these uncharted terrains, and also for the other, right? Who's also in an exploratory realm that doesn't know what they're doing either, right? So we're all helping each other. We're walking each other home. We're walking each other into these awareness states within us, accessing these beautiful harmonic frequencies that have been embedded within us, that have been held by our DNA until it was time for that coil to unfold, that snake kundalini energy, which is planted at the base of our spines, to rise up, right? To slowly start moving into evolving our consciousness. That's what the mystics and a lot of these sacred texts have been telling us time after time, or at least how I'm interpreting. This is all my interpretation, Livzenastrology, where the premise is all is self. That is our foundation. That is where we stand as far as our truth, that all is self. There is nothing outside of us in this construct that is not deeply created or being created, co-created by us, right? We are the co-creative energy elementals that exist all within us, right? Earth, air, fire, water, ether. The 5 elements are all within us. And so we're learning to access these elements real time as we step into no time. Right? It's a bit of a paradox, but that's welcome to the duality. We're in a paradoxal realm, which I feel like a lot of us haven't been taught that. And that's where we're having to unlearn, to relearn the exact frequency and dynamics that exist here, right? And it's not what we've been told. So we're having to unlearn the untruths and relearn the truths based on natural law, based on the natural elements that exist outside of us, but also within us, that we've just never properly been taught how to operate, right? It's like it's like a giant vehicle that's like can do amazing things, but we've only been given like a quarter of the capabilities, right? Again, because of indoctrination and schooling. This is all Gemini, Jupiter and Gemini. We're expanding to see how little we've been taught in early education, and how what we have been taught has been very geared to only a specific group or a specific, again, construct of this reality. So all that is deconstructing, while at the same time, while we're in this wave spell, this planetary energy, that these old constructs are dissolving. Now we can see the new energy. We can see these golden threads or golden streams of currents that have been surrounding us the whole time, but the mask is off. right? The veil is thinnest this time of year. The Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. A lot of my ancestors, from the Hispanic realm, I'm Italian Mexican. And so from my Mexican lineage, we definitely followed the Day of the Dead. And again, corresponding to the energy of the wave spell, right? The red serpent, the life force instinct. We're on number 9. So we're completing energies, we're completing cycles and simultaneously beginning these cycles. And we're getting assistance from our ancestors, because our ancestors are the ancients. They are the ones that are living inside us, that we can access and talk to during certain cycles of the season. And this is the cycle of the season where the veil between the realms of our inner gnosis, our inner ancestors who live within us in our DNA, are talking to us. They want to be communed with. They want to be acknowledged, because acknowledgement is like, it's like giving light, right? Shining light on the wisdom that they gleaned and they want to share with us for our evolution, right? So this is really a time to step into the elders. The elders have been missing on this planet. And that's why a lot of our, in my opinion, that's why a lot of our cultures have been suffering, is because we've lost our connection to our ancestors. So there's a time that we can reconnect with the ancestors today, and especially during this wave spell, and especially as we're approaching Samhain or Halloween. Samhain is the pagan name for it. But again, it's just being able to access our ancestors very precisely and with clarity during these time periods. So let's go on to finish reading the mantra, or the spell of the White Planetary Wizard. So I perfect in order to enchant, producing receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the planetary tone of manifestation. And the opposite of Scorpio, guys, is Taurus, which is all about the physical, about physical manifestations. So we're pulling now, where the planet is asking us to manifest our highest lives, because she wants to experience us living our best life. Because Gaia, the earth, is ascending as well, right? She is her own energy, her own entity. We are a part of her. She's our mother, right? But she's also evolving and ascending and moving. And so she wants us to have a better experience on this planet so that she can have a better experience. You see, when her children are happy, she's happy. When we're suffering and at odds and divisive and in this polarizing energy, she suffers. It's like, imagine if you're watching your kids fight, right? And you have no control, and then they're destroying the house and they're destroying everything. You're like, wait a minute, what can I do here? So that's how I see Gaia is not only a mother, but a father, right? Also the taskmaster, the Father Sky, they talk about the Uranus and Gaia got together, and that's how all the Titans were created, which we're the Titans, right? We're the giants. So we were giants walking around this plane, if you believe that, if you're willing to open up your consciousness to that possibility. And so with that, we had certain temperaments, right? So we've evolved just like, new parents evolved, and they had to, evolve us and teach us, and we had to mature, and we're still in that process of maturation, learning how to fend for ourselves and take care of ourselves and take care of one another. This is all part of the process of evolution. And so how I see the earth is mother and father together, right? And a friend. She's a friend, she's a companion, she's a sister, right? She wants what's best for me. She wants me to receive. This is how I'm experiencing her right now anyway, because I've done the work to change. So how we experience our reality is going to be based on how we alchemically change our thoughts and our minds and our projections of what we're experiencing. So if you have any kind of inclination to studying stuff like this, the occult wisdom and knowledge of the ancients, that again, occult just means hidden, things that were not seen, that were not understood up until now. We didn't have the bandwidth. We didn't have the light frequency. We didn't have enough of our DNA activated to be able to have these deep inner standings. And I call it inner standing because you have to go inward to really get these concepts, these ideas, it's tuning into the energy in a very intimate way, which is also Scorpio, right? It wants another level of intimacy with what? With self, right? And how we do that is by able to having a better, more harmonious experience with the other, which is very much Scorpio, right? Scorpio is all about merging with the other and Taurus is about the self. But in order to merge harmoniously with the other, you have to be harmonious with yourself. This is a deeply inward experience. And again, we weren't taught that, and we've been distracted, and we are so bombarded with so many energies that are calling for our attention outside of us that we just need to, again, I call it the stop, drop, and roll. Stop what you're doing, drop into your heart, and roll into the next breath now moment with clarity, with purpose, with presence. That's why they call it the gift, right? Presence is the gift. Presence is our point of power. And so this is just, per the Mayan calendar system, another way to step in to your power, understand your power, and wield your power accordingly for the harmonious and harmonic flow for everyone, not just for yourself. But what you do for yourself, you do for others, because all is self, right? So let's go ahead and finish this mantra here. I am guided by the power of spirit. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. And guided by the power of spirit, you are the spirit. You are connected to the divine through your spiritual nature, through your breath, right? Breath is God. If you're not breathing, you're not alive. I've heard this before, and I thought this was a very poignant statement, and it makes a lot of sense to me. You know, when we're looking to change our physical bodies, or we're looking to improve our health, a lot of us change what we eat, we change our diet, we change what we're drinking or imbibing with, right? And those are all good. These are all great ways to alchemize and to shift your body. But on average, most human beings can go 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, but only 3 minutes without breath. So again, going back to this manifestation by the power of spirit to me is the breath. And as you continue to breathe purposefully and with structure, that's what's going to help you access your spiritual connection to the divine even more deeply, more intimately. It's in the breath. And I would invite you guys to explore working with your breathing, doing some breathing exercises. They call it exercise, right? Exercise those demons. Well, you exercise it by breathing. You get that stagnant, what energy am I? If it's stagnant, and it's also, it keeps you separate, right? It keeps you feeling like you're separate from source, from your spiritual nature, from your God force energy, whatever you want to call that. We are all connected, but we forget, right? We get distracted and we lose our connection points. So this is an opportunity right now also to be able to re-access your spiritual nature through doing the deep dive, going inward, allowing yourself to receive the energies that are around you in possibly a new way, see yourself in a new way. This is what these energies are exploring today. And we're on day 9. So 9's completion, but we still have one more day of this 10-day gap spell, because the 10, which is the 1, is also new beginnings. So again, we're looking at the guide, the wind, spirit, communicate, breath. That's the helper that's above us, that's giving us guidance from our higher consciousness, how we evolve. The analog, or serpent, which is our energy that we're working with today, that's helping us to ascend and to evolve into the guide, which is life force, survive, and instincts. So this is our time to tune into our instinctual nature, right? This is our reptilian lizard nature that wants to just survive, right? And so we use that life force energy because it's asking today for you to hone in on your instincts. Instinctually, if you're led to go somewhere or do something or eat something or call that person, follow your instincts, because today that's what's going to be supporting you. Because the antipode, which is the furthest thing from us today, which is what we're moving towards or what we need more of to bring into our field, is the energy of flowering, target, and awareness. So staying present, being with your breath, being in awareness as much as you can, and staying present with the energy, because that's what's going to help you, fulfill the target. I think of Sagittarius, right? And we're still right now Venus and Sag. So we're attracting what it is that we are focused on, right? This is the target. So what's your target? Think like a bow and arrow. What are you shooting for? What are you aiming for? What do you want to flower or seed within you? What do you want to bring awareness to within you today? It's the time to be super focused. And again, be very present with the energy as much as you can. Don't try to refrain from the distractions, because the distractions are just taking you out of yourself. taking you out of your own power. And your power right now is deeply felt and connected with presence and with your ability to be in the now, right? The power of now, which is Eckhart Tolle. Check out that book if you haven't ever heard of him, Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. It talks, that is our point of power. That is our point of 100% capability to manifest and change and move and grid and alchemize our environment and ourselves. Only what we do right now. Past is gone, and the future is going to be based on what we do in the now. So again, reframing our relationship to time and our expression and our energy and our exchange with time. It's completely alchemizing and shifting right now. And then the occult hand, which is our superpower, our secret superpower that we don't know that we're working with, that's helping all of us right now, is our ability to accomplish, to know, and to heal. So with the sun in Scorpios, Scorpio is all about the alchemist and the healer, and Scorpios, and then we can go further into, as we go into the Ophiuchus energy, which is between Sag and Scorpio, which is in the constellation Ophiuchus, which handles the snake energy, right? He's able to wield and hold the snake, which is our power source, our kundalini. Think of like an electrical rod, right? So this energy is focusing and saying, hey, look, you can heal yourself. You can heal your thoughts. You can heal your perception, but you just got to be present with the energy, and you've got to be willing to let shit go, perhaps through the breath, right? Breathing exercises, communicate, let out all the things that have been maybe circulating in your mind. This is why journaling is so important. You go to any therapist or any counselor, they're going to tell you to get a journal, right? Because you got to release all the thoughts that have been circulating in your mind out and give it someplace to go. And then with that, keep breathing, right? Because the God force energy is alchemizing you through the breath, connecting you to your spirit. And then our ability to survive, our instinctual nature, we're intertwining and interweaving these energies so that we can be very present and very powerful. When the transmutative energies are coming up, we know what to do instinctually. We don't have to, it's like the heart doesn't have to be told to pump, right? Or vessels, there's certain parts of our body that it just does it automatically. And so that to me is instinctual. That is our ability to instinctually want to live. All life wants to live, right? So, this is just what's coming in today. It's a super healing day as we are ending cycles and beginning cycles. It's like cycles upon cycles upon cycles. And I can show you kind of really quickly how the Mayans see it. So if you look here, this is what's called the castle. And right now it says we're in a blue castle. So let me just show you how it's waved. So you see it's going backwards. It's showing you the wave spell itself. So when you're looking at, this is what the top looks like, right? So it starts off with the white and it goes to the red, the yellow, the blue, the green. And so right now it's telling us we're in a transformative time. And as we go cycle further in, you can see how the cycles move. We go deeper and deeper in. This is where we're at right now. So we're here at the white planetary wizard. And tomorrow we're going to be, you can see, we're going to be going tomorrow to the blue spectral eagle, which was also part of the energy. See the wave spell? So we were right here today, and then tomorrow we'll be here, going up to the blue spectral eagle, and then we'll go up to the yellow human, and then we'll go across to the left to the red solar earth, right? So again, there's a system to this. There's a system for the Mayans were saying it, and they saw it very circular. And again, you can look at these wave spells as you're going, these are all going up and down. We're talking about harmonics. There's the wave spell itself. We're still on the red wave spell going to the white. And it also follows a system, right? Starting with the red, the white, the blue, the yellow, and then going into repeating pattern. This is frequency. These are sounds. These are vibrations. And then there are the castles, and we can go more into the castles at this webinar that I'm going to be hosting. I haven't it's a date to be yet shown, because I'm living very present, and where I'm at, my living circumstances, I have to be very present, right? So I can't make creations too far out ahead. Again, I'm navigating time in a new way as we're transcending time, the 12 hour, 60 minute, where time equal to money, we're getting out of that. So now it's like when I'm feeling that creative life force energy, I want to create, but it's also learning to be consistent, right? On your own, like navigate your own inner clock, kind of like following the sunrise, right? You wake up with the sunrise and you go to bed with the sunset. that's our natural flow. That's our natural circadian rhythms. And we're learning to get back to that rhythmic tone, not following the 1260 cycle, which is just chasing that money. Now we're going into the 1320 cycle, which is more, being in our authentic energy and creating from that space of deep relaxation and impetuousness, the urge, the instinct to create without having to, right? The 1260s, I have to do this to live. The 1320 is I get to do this and I thrive, right? So it's just a little bit of a different frequency, which I feel that a lot of us are ready for. We're ready for this new tone, working with time in a different way. And then we can go back to the Tolkien, which is, again, showing these wave spells. So anyway, I hope that this gives you a little more of a inclination and a way to work with the Mayan calendar system, the Tolkien calendar system, if you're called to use these energies. Again, it's just a unique perspective and a unique periphery to look through as we are all navigating these very unknown, uncharted new realms within us. As within, so without. As it is above, so it is below. And again, thank you guys for connecting to the channel. If you found any value in the content, and if you want to share, like, subscribe, it's free for you. It's good for the channel. And it's again, sharing different types of information that people might connect to, so they can connect to themselves in a different way. That's the intention for the channel, and to create unity consciousness. Again, I call myself a radical oneness practitioner, that all is self. And if I keep using that mantra and remind myself, even when I'm witnessing things outside of myself that I, want to judge or want to label as good or bad, or, whatever the mind wants to do, it's a great tool. It's a great reminder to go, but that's still you too. So bring it back to yourself, find forgiveness, find some grace for when we're watching other people or other things or other situations that are out of our control. You can control your breath. You can control what you put in your body. You can control what you put your focus on, right? That's all that the energy is asking to do right now. So you can have a different experience in this reality, so that we can move into a new age, coming out of the Kali Yuga age and going more into the golden age. And we can talk more about that, about cycles and epochs and the progression of the equinoxes. And these are all, again, concepts that you've never heard about. You can check out, do your own deep dive, or just tune into the channel, because these are explorations that we're going to be studying more and more and more as we deep dive more into the gnosis of time, of astrology, of cosmic energy. And thank you so much for being here and enjoy the journey with me, because this is a fun journey to be on. It's different and it's unique and it's unusual. And these are things that I enjoy studying. So thank you for being here with me. Okay. All right, guys. See you tomorrow for the last day of the day 10 of the gap days cycle, as we're, completing this cycle together as we are traversing these currents of energy. And again, thank you guys for